Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Mary Rachel Redman in for Gary Dick. Well, the Indiana State Fairgrounds, known primarily as the place where for more than 130 years, Hoosiers have gathered to celebrate all things Indiana every August at the State Fair, but it's become much more than that.
The Indiana State Fair only happens once a year.
Hoosier agriculture, history, music, arts, and of course, ribeye, grilled cheese, and tenderloin sandwiches. But the impact of events at this 250-acre space in Indianapolis goes far beyond just the state fair. From conventions, consumer shows, and conferences to hosting sporting events from youth club volleyball to college basketball. We visited the State Fairgrounds to learn more about what's fueling its evolution into a 365-day event destination that's paying off big time for Central Indiana. It's not your grandpa's Indiana State Fairgrounds anymore. The Indiana Crown Jewel has evolved from a once-a-year state fair celebration
time in 3 years. Parker fighting through love
into a year-round cash cow and a destination hotspot in Central Indiana.
We're hosting on average about 400 events a year. The State Fair is only one of them. So a lot of activity. This is a huge economic driver for the city and the state. This fairgrounds has the equivalency of a direct economic impact of over $330 million.
The fairgrounds now hosting all sorts of sporting events, part of an overall game plan to drive revenue.
So when you talk about business opportunity, we identified a need for an indoor track in this community, in this region. So there's not a lot of portable banked indoor tracks where they come in and come out.
This 200-meter track takes an entire month to build inside here at the Fall Creek Pavilion. Just the second portable track of its kind in the country. A major selling point for attracting new business.
We were able to take it out into the nation, into the world. We worked with Indiana Sports Corp on a lot of this. So really making sure we maximize this investment.
She takes the Big Ten title.
And it's already paying off big time. In March alone, the track has hosted the Big Ten Indoor Track and Field Championships and the Division II National Championships, just to name a few.
The Big Ten Championships that we hosted, what an incredible opportunity to be on the national spotlight. Thousands of spectators that came out. The energy in this building was incredible.
2024 World Food Championships.
On top of everything else, for the second straight year, the venue will host the World Food Championships, touted as America's most watched food sport event.
3,000 of the world's greatest chefs coming in and cooking live in front of the public and then sampling for the public, working really hard with them to produce the event in a bigger way. They've added a chili competition this year, so we're expanding it into another facility, expanding an outdoor space for it. So it's not just about bringing business here, but it's keeping business here. We don't want them to come for 1 year, we want them to come for 10 years or 20 years.
The fairgrounds have always scored big time with Hoosier ribeye, pork, and fried food lovers in August during the state fair. It also serves as one of the main courses on the March Madness menu here in Indiana.
Pinson now wide open for a three and knocks it.
So the Horizon League Tournament is one of our large events that we host every year. Basketball in Indiana, you can't get much bigger than that, let alone basketball in the Corteva Coliseum, which has a rich history of hosting these marquee events.
Time in 3 years. Parker fighting through
10,000 fans per year coming through those gates at the Indiana State Fairgrounds Corteva Coliseum. So we're well over 50,000 people watching the Horizon League in person. The overall impact is really significant, not to mention just community impact. I mean, yes, the economic impact matters, but I think what we're most proud of are these school-aged kids that get to come watch our really high-level championship caliber women compete to punch their ticket to the NCAA.
This month, Indianapolis is home to some of the biggest and maybe even the most postseason games in all of college basketball.
We're looking at 43 NCAA postseason college basketball games in here in Indianapolis. And it's really interesting because it's an awesome tour of all the great venues that are here in Indianapolis. So if you think about it, Big Ten men's and women's are going to be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. You have the Horizon League men's and women's championships at the fairgrounds at Corteva Coliseum. We're going to have the regionals over at Lucas Oil Stadium. So someone's going to be cutting down and making a Final Four. And then to top it all off, we have the WBIT and NIT at historic Hinkle Fieldhouse on Butler's campus.
And next year, Indianapolis will quite literally be the center of the college basketball world, hosting every major men's college hoops championship.
2026, this will only be the second time that the 3 NCAA Division I, Division II, and Division III national championships will be played in the same city over the same weekend. That's only been done once before that. And to add it on, because this is Indianapolis and we take it a step further, we're also going to be hosting the championships of the NIT, just like we are this year. So in 2026, 4 NCAA championships are going to be awarded here over the same weekend, over the same time. So what an amazing celebration of basketball we're going to have in 2026 across the city and across the state, really, because it's a celebration of really everyone here in the state of Indiana